Hi everyone, in today's video we're going to have a go at modelling a corkscrew inside of Fusion. So first thing I'm going to do is insert a reference image. So I'll come up to here and go to insert and canvas, or with one of the latest updates there's now an icon there, so I'm going to click on there. I'm going to go to insert from computer, and then somewhere I have got, there we go, corkscrew. Click open, and then I'm going to pick the plane I want to have it on, so I'm going to click that from plane. Flip it round so it's the right way around and bring it up. Now at the minute it's not the right size, so what I can do is come into canvas and then right click and calibrate. I'm going to use this little crosshair, just click on that arrow and that arrow there. It needs to be 6.35 centimeters, so I type in, now everything's in millimeters at the minute, so I type in 6.35 and hit enter. That's in millimeters, so what I actually want it to be is centimeters, so I can dictate that rather than change the units. I can go 6.35 and just type in centimeters, and it'll update it like that. So now we know it's the right size. I also can do the same on this side, so let's do the same again. Grab that reference image, bring it in, right click, calibrate, 6.35 centimeters. I'm going to turn it off for now, and I'm going to do the same on the top. Bring that in, click OK, and then calibrate that as well. Right click and calibrate. 6.35 centimeters. If you ever want to check what units you're in, by the way, if you go to document settings, come down here, I'm units millimeters, and you can always edit it. Click there. I always keep it as millimeters because most of the stuff I do is in millimeters a lot of the time, but you can, so if I wanted to say be in inches and I was still in millimeters, I could just type in 65 IN and it would jump to inches as well. So just because you're in a particular unit doesn't mean you're stuck in it forever. So I'm going to turn the top one off for now. Let's come back to the front. Okay, so let's start on the main body. So I'm going to create a sketch, and we're going to revolve this first part to dictate the overall shape, and we'll sort of like build it as we're going from that. So first of all, I'm going to hit L for line, or you can go to create line there, but remember L means it's a keyboard shortcut. So I'm going to hit L, zoom in and just come across there to there. Now when we're revolving, we'll need half the profile, so the whole point of me doing that is just, so hit L again. I'm going to find the middle, so when you go to the middle of the line, you see that little triangle, that means I'm in the middle of it. I'm going to come straight up. So I'm going to make sure degrees is at 90, so I know it's a perfect up and down line. Hit escape, and then I'm going to hit T for trim, or come to modify and trim, again keyboard shortcut T, and trim that bit off, because we're just going to model this side of it and we'll revolve around. So I'm going to hit L again and just trace round this bottom part now. So just as close as I can, come up. And here, I want to make sure I'm in line with that. So I could just sort of come up and then join it later. But if I hover onto this spot and drag across, you see that line appears, making sure it's in line. And then if I hit click like that, we know that's right. So close profile, you know it's a closed profile because you hover over it and it changes color. If it doesn't do that, it means somewhere you've got a gap. Okay, so just be aware. And normally there'll be a little circle hovering over the gap like that to show you where the gap is. I'm going to finish sketch, come up here to revolve, but if it's not there, you go to create and revolve. There's no keyboard shortcut for revolve. And it'll profile, it will normally highlight the profile for you. Axis is what you want to spin it around, so I'll click on that and click OK. So straight away, we've got that shape, which is what we want. We want to hollow it out, so I'm going to go to shell here, or again modify and shell. I'm going to click on that surface and then click on this surface. Start dragging it in. I'm going to just turn this one on. Let's cancel that shell first of all and just take this, edit, and just bring this over. Just so we know we're in position. There we go. Now I'm going to do that shell. So let's go back to shell. Grab that surface. Grab that surface. Drag that in. Something like that. Okay, so we've got that shape there. I'm now going to do the top and we'll sort of do these connecting bits. So what we're going to do is do a lot of mirroring. So I'm going to create a sketch again. I'm going to hit P for project. I'll come to create project there. But again, keyboard shortcut P. And just grab body here and click on that. And all that's doing, if I turn off this body, it's essentially like traced around that shape for me, because I just want to make sure I'm going to do a line directly in the middle like that. So when I come up, I know that this top part is going to be in line. Okay, that's just me trying to make sure it's going to be as accurate as it can be. Come along like that. And then I'm going to hit T for trim. You don't always have to trim these bits, but I like to because it looks a bit too messy for me sometimes. So I'm going to hit revolve again. Profile, I'm going to click on that. Axis, I'll click on here. And there you go. So we've started to get parts together. I'm going to do a save. Let's call this. And then once you've saved, autosave kicks in, so you don't have to worry about ever losing anything. I'm going to create a sketch again. And now I'm going to essentially try and draw out this part here. So I'm going to go to create arc and 3-point arc. And then I'm going to follow this as closely as I can do. And then I'm going to hit L for line to finish it off. Come down like that, and then we'll do the same. Like that. Then I'm going to hit P for project and grab this body just so it's there. And you see here it's not quite a close profile there, so I go to modify and extend. If I click on that, goes to the end. We'll zoom up here as well. Same thing, extend. Then if I finish sketch, you see it's now close profile, but I do want to still edit that a little bit. So what I want to do is I'm going to grab fillet and just try and make the transition a little bit smoother here, just so it looks a little bit less jaggedy, for want of a better word. And fillet, the reason why I can't use the keyboard shortcut F on this is fillet in sketching is different to fillet when you're doing the full like solid bodies. Okay, so it does make a difference. Something like that. Finish sketch. I'm going to grab that profile, hit E, go up, turn back on this. And I'm going to drag out. Wants to be about that sort of distance. And I think I'm going to change this to two-sided and just sort of keep that in line like that. And at the minute, I'm going to change that to new body. It will not automatically be on join because that's its default sort of setting, but I'm going to leave that as that is. Click OK. Turn off my camera so I can see what's going on. So you see we've got this body here. I'm going to turn that body off for a little bit. Now we do have a bit of a problem in that here is overlapping, which we don't want. And same on that side. What I do want to do, let's just press pull. I'm going to grab this and just drag the other way. In fact, let's come up. Let's try doing it this way. Let's turn that back on. Let's right click and edit this extrude. Let's drag that across there. I'm just going to try, this is slightly different how I did it in practice, but we'll try this and see what happens. So I've now got that profile like that. Okay, so what we want to do is get rid of these little overhangs. Spare with me 1 second, I'll just have a quick drink. Okay, so what we're going to do is create a sketch on this plane here. And I'm going to hit P for project again. Remember, create, project, P there. And I'm going to grab this surface here. And then I'm going to finish sketch. Then if I turn off that body, you see I've got this profile. So if I come up here, you can see now I've got some profiles I can grab. So what I'm going to do is go to create and sweep there. I'm going to grab this profile. If I rotate it back around to see what's going on. So I'll grab that profile. I'm going to say, what path do you want to sweep it along? So I'm going to click this path here, and then I'm going to click on this line here. And you'll see what's happened if I click OK. It's taken that, and essentially if I turn this back on, just follow that profile all the way up to there. I'm going to do the same thing with the other one, so I'm then going to turn that sketch back on. Same thing again, so let's go to create, sweep, grab that path up, okay, right click, repeat sweep, let's grab that profile, do that path, all the way along like that. All I did then was hold on control and just extend the path out. Okay. So now if I turn off that sketch, turn on that body, you can see now that everything lines up and there's no sort of weird overhangs, which is what we don't. So what I want to do as well, let's got a bit of an overhang there, so let's create a sketch there. This time let's turn this off, hit P for project and grab that profile and turn that off. Your sketch. So now we have this little profile here, and we do the same thing again. Let's grab that. I'm going to say create, sweep, grab that profile, grab that path, right, all I'm going to do is follow all the way up, holding control, hold down control again, just keep clicking along, just so it keeps extending the path, like that. Hit OK, and you see it's got rid of the weird lines there, and everything now fits nicely, which is exactly what we're after. Now what I do want to do is let's just go to new body, turn that off. In fact, no, let's edit profile and join, but now that I've got that body turned off, okay, and that's what we want. There we go. We are going to join those together in a little bit, but for now I just want to leave it where it is. We've got little bit of an extra body there. Oh, let's grab that, hit delete, grab that, hit delete. Okay. Few other little bits to do. Let's come here, and then I think we're going to want to fillet that a little bit. So let's turn that off. We can grab fillet here, or modify it and fillet, or keyboard shortcut F. Grab that profile. So I'm not too worried we don't match up exactly with a reference image. It's not the end of the world. As long as it looks nice, it looks. I'll do that. So I just grab that and hit delete. Just want to see if that all works out okay. That's all good. So all I did then was grab the extra face, I was just hit delete. Okay, I'm going to turn this back on. I'm going to create a sketch here and do C for circle or create circle. And we've got a circle there. We'll come around to our circle there, hit E to extrude or create extrude E. Grab that profile, come round, I'm going to turn the camera off so you can see, and I can drag it like that, or what I could just do is click on this surface and it will cut all the way through. For some reason it didn't, so let's just drag it a little bit more like that. There we go. Going to give that a quick little save. Now autosave has kicked in, but I just want to make sure every once in a while, just make sure it's saved. Okay. Let's turn on this. And what we're going to want to do is let's just grab that surface, hit E to extrude, drag in. And for now, I'm going to just leave it as a new body. We will join that together, but just make sure there's an overlap there. And then let's come to the top. I'm going to do the cutouts for the little, like the arms. Okay, so let's create a sketch, but we'll do it on this top surface here so we can cut down. I'm going to hit P for project. I'm going to turn a couple of things off so they're out of the way. There we go. P to project, grab that. That means that I can come directly in the middle, which is there. Well, that doesn't look in the middle. Let's just try P project on here and then hit L. Oh no, it does say that is the middle. Let's then hit R for a rectangle. I'm going to get a center rectangle. Grab this and just drag out. And then hit E and grab all the profiles so I can drag it down. Okay, I'm going to have to make that quite a bit bigger. Let's grab all that, hit delete on the keyboard. Right, R for rectangle. Do center rectangle. Still doesn't look in the middle to me. Let's right. Let's hit E to extrude. Let's try how this looks now. Let's drag it down. To about, say, there. Turn our cameras off. Okay, maybe that was not centered originally. Let's just see. Okay, I think I want to, again, still do that a bit more. Let's grab all that, hit delete, delete again, rectangle, center rectangle. Grab that. I'm going to come quite a bit further out like that. And let's edit that. I think we probably want to have this a bit further back. So let's see if we can push pull that. Does that work if we? No. Okay, let's just make a bit wider. Like that. And then I'm going to hit L for line. Just close that profile off that way. Then let's right click edit. Try that and see how we're looking. There you go, that looks more like it. Let's just grab that profile as well, and then I got rid of the random little bits. There we go. So let's turn everything back on that we've got. Let's hit F for fillet and just see if that's more like 0.2. Looks okay. Come around and same on the side. Hold down control, click. Okay, I don't want to do this, so let's try that again. Let's hit F for fillet. Well, no, I suppose we want to do that after we've joined everything, don't we? Right, let's do our arm now, this big profile here. So let's create sketch. Let's do the first circle, drag out, something like that. And let's then do one of these, hit alpha line, come down. Again, let's hit alpha line and come down. I'm going to hit T for trim to trim that off and trim this extra little bit. So then let's go to create circular pattern, double click that, and center point. Let's do that, and then let's up those numbers. So I've got those in place. So I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I don't want these ones. So I just suppress. I can then uncheck these ones here. And hit OK. Let's then just modify. Trim these bits off. Then let's try and fill it. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. I don't want all these fillets to be the same size, so I'll do all at the same time. Yep, something like that looks quite good. And then let's do one in a second when we're going to come down here. Come to about there. I'm going to turn off this body now. Alpha line. Come down to about there. Let's then fillet that and that, make that quite a bit bigger. And then let's fillet. Oh no, probably don't hit keyboard shortcut F because you jump back into solid mode, which we don't want. There we go. And then let's go to create arc, 3-point arc. Maybe extend this just a little bit. There we go. Back to arc. Something like that. Can I fillet those two together? No, that wouldn't work. Let's trim those. What if I were to grab that like that and then go and fillet? Yes. And do that for a second. Let's bring that down. Let's do a circle and let's do a 2-point circle, do there and there like that, and then trim. There we go, looks better. So hopefully that's not a closed profile yet, because we need to join up there. So let's do arc, 3-point arc, do something like that. And there you go, we've got closed profile. So let's then extrude that. So we hit E to extrude, so it jumps out of sketch and into solids. Grab that profile. Right. Make this as big as the biggest point. We'll do symmetric, so it's like that. So we've got that shape, but obviously at the minute it's way too fat. So what we can then do is let's create sketch, hit P for project and project that whole body. And then going to find middle, so I'm going to hit R for a rectangle, come across to find the middle, which is there, drag that down to about there. And then let's go to create arc, 3-point arc. Do that, and then hit L for line to find the middle. And let's just mirror that. So create and mirror. Grab that line. Do want to join those up there, so let's bring that down like that, and then let's fillet that, something like that. So if I turn that and that off, see we've got this profile here. Let's just trim those bits off. So hopefully, if I go to this sketch now and turn off all those little bits, so you can see what's going on. If I come to body, split body, grab that, grab okay, let's edit, trim off that bit, split body, profile, click OK. Turn that off. And there we've got profile of our arm. So let's just get rid of that. So right click and remove. Let's turn everything else back on for a second. Let's see size wise how we're doing. Okay, got pretty good clearance there actually. Let's go to right click, move. Okay, so let's make that a little bit narrower. What we can do, let's go to modify, scale, grab that body, uniform, non-uniform. Let's just bring that in a bit. Let's take this, right click, move, copy, just to move it in position. Okay, well, we've got a little bit of clearance, what we want. Okay, so we've got the profile of that. Excuse me. Let's then turn that off for a second, because I feel like what we're really going to need to do probably is take that, hit E, move it back a little bit more. Hopefully we can grab the space, delete. Just so we've got a bit more clearance there. Okay, maybe we need a little bit more. Let's turn that on. Yeah, let's do a little bit more. We'll do that again. Let's edit that, extrude. Look a little bit further, like that. Okay. Let's create a sketch. I'm going to hit P for project and project this circle bit. So I'm going to go to specified entities and just grab that circle, because then I can grab that, hit E, and drag that all the way through. I'm going to change that to two-sided, bring it all the way out this side as well. So we've got that profile there. Let's start joining some bits together. So let's, first of all, let's start naming a little bit. So we're going to double click this, call it arm 1. So it's just going to be 2. Right. Let's combine. I'm going to grab you, you, and you. Set as join. Okay, so now that is one profile, that's what we want. Before we do that, let's delete that. Let's combine you and you. And then we're going to mirror that across actually. So let's turn off. Let's go to construct, axis for a cylinder, grab that. Construct, plane and angle, where are you? There you are. Do that, let's choose that to 90 degrees. So that's directly in the middle. Let's then go to create, mirror, grab that profile, like that. Okay, now let's just turn that off. So if I click that and hit V for visibility, it disappears. Click that one, V for visibility, it disappears. Now let's combine these. There we go. Let's call that main body. We will do some filleting and stuff to like tidy it all up as well. Let's hide the main body actually. Let's do fillet. Let's do something small. fill it here first. Like that. Okay, so we'll do those profiles. I'm going to go around, hold down Control. All the way down. Control. Again, hold down Control. Just keep working your way around. Okay, so here you don't like. Fine. I think I've got everything except those ones it doesn't seem to like. Oh, have I got that one? That's a half, yes. Okay. I've got here. Okay, so why don't you want to fill it? Same there. Okay, let's try one. Okay, we go back to point 2. Let's uncheck that one and try that. No, so it is just you. Click OK. Hit F again. Something wrong with that profile that it really doesn't like. Ooh, the wrong thing to do. Just out of curiosity, will you shampoo? No, you won't. Okay. Right, I'm going to come back to that because I'm a little bit stumped as to why that one's not working. We could always... Hang on. Don't be defeated by you. Great sketch. No, let's come back over here. Get rid of the arm. And hit F or fillet. Start filleting our way around here as well. Let's try these again. So we do 0.2. Okay, we can do the inside ones, that's fine. Don't do it there, that's fine. No, you're doing that? No, you won't. Yeah, I don't think there would fit it. That's okay. Click OK. Fit it as well. Because it doesn't seem to like this bit as well. Right, we'll come back to some of these. We'll see how it all looks. Maybe we'll get away with it. All right. So we've got one of our arms. Let's have our screw going through that as well. So I'm going to click sketch on that and hit E straight away, just because it means it's going to make it exactly the right size. Drag through. This, I'm going to say symmetric. Well, no, because it's not exactly in the center, so I'm actually going to do two-sided, otherwise it's not going to work. I'm going to do that. Set to new body. I'm then going to click on press pull and just drag that in slightly just so it's not overlapping. Then we're going to hit F for fillet and grab both those surfaces and drag in like that. So we can then mirror that across as well. So let's call that screw. And then we've got our construction plane there. Let's go to create mirror bodies, grab that plane. There we go. We're off again for now, so grab that and hit B for visibility. Just so it looks right, I'm just going to quickly create mirror, grab that, click on that. There you go, so we've got our, so we have just got the main like head and screw bit to do. So let's come here, create a sketch, C for circle, and come directly in the middle. And I was in the middle because it highlights a circle. Hit E to extrude and drag that all the way down like that. I'm going to hit F for fillet and grab that surface like that. Let's then turn on. So in fact, other thing we want to do, construct. Oh, we've still got that axis actually. Let's turn that axis on. Construct plane and angle. And this time it would be flat on, so we know it's going to be right in the middle. Let's turn our canvas on. Here we go. So we're going to go to create a sketch. Hit P for project. I'll grab this particular entity and hit L for line. So now it's going to be directly in the center. Right, so let's trace around this as much as we can do. So let's go to arc, 3-point arc. Like that. Just follow our way around as much as we can. we'll use fillet just to round off these edges. As I said, it doesn't matter, it doesn't match up exactly. We just want it to look nice. Hit L for line to come down, come across. So that is a close profile. Let's create mirror. Grab that line there. So let's hit E to extrude. Drag that out, and we're going to do symmetric. Make sure it's set to new body. Hit OK. In fact, I don't think. Let's edit that sketch. Do that. There we go. Yeah, let's do that. Create a sketch. Cut out the little hand hole. Again, just make sure we find the middle arc, a 3-point arc. Fillet those. Well, I'm going to fillet here as well. Create and mirror. Select that mirror line. Okay, that is not a closed profile somewhere. It's probably down there. Just check. Okay, it's only let me select one, so I'll clearly mess the sketch up slightly, but let's just drag that out like that. And let's just split that. So let's go to split body, select that profile. This side we don't want. Create mirror, change that to bodies. Mirror plane, just use that face. There we go. So we've got that. Let's hit F for fillet. I'll switch back when fillet cooperates straight away. Doesn't always happen, as we know. That bit, can we make it more rounded? Yeah, something like that, looks all right. Okay, let's turn our cameras off and turn that bit we don't want, to right click, remove. Okay, so then we've just got to do this little profile here. So let's get this, create a sketch on it. And in the middle, I'm just going to come straight down. And then I'm going to just trace along. So let's come down to here, but we're going to turn off main body. So you can see what we're doing. Do the same here. I'm just going to come down to up there. Create rectangular pattern. Let's grab those two lines, drag them down to about there, and then up. Why are you not up in the numbers? Oh, there we go. Okay. Then let's just trim off all the excess. Okay, so we've got that profile. Let's finish sketch, revolve, axes, that one. Set that to new body for now. Take the canvas off, because what we want to do, just make sure that fits there. So let's go to modify, and let's do draft. Let's check. So I'm going to do pull direction there, faces there, other way around. That's what we want to do. So let's repeat draft, pull direction that, faces that. And let's drag in. There you go, perfect. Excuse me. All right. Last little bit then is to do our screw. A quick little save. Let's go to create, and where are you? Coil. Grab this profile here, come to the middle. Turn main body on. Let's drag down like that. Let's up revolutions. We want to make it quite a bit bigger. Let's turn it on. Maybe slightly less revolutions. Let's do 5. Looks more like it. Let's do new body. Okay. Let's turn those off. Modify chamfer. Make that into a spike quite easily. There you go. One spiky end. And we want to join that properly. So let's create a sketch. Hit L for line and grab this and just come straight across. Finish sketch. Split body. Split this body with that. Okay. This bit we don't want here. So let's right click. Remove. We want to join those two profiles. Let's go to create loft. Grab that profile. Grab that profile. There you go. So that's now joined. And then actually, that spiky bit probably isn't the best. So let's get rid of that chamfer. Create sketch. Alpha line. Come across like that as well. Same thing. Split body. That bit. Get rid of that. Hit E to extrude. Bring it down. Now let's try and chamfer that. No. Control Zing just to undo. Let's just see if we can just edit chamfer. So then let's add some fillets to here. So I'm going to hit F for fillet. I'll grab all these profiles, hopefully, but in 0.2. Hold on control. Just grab all these faces. It saves me all that time rather than trying to select individual edges, which takes much longer. Okay. Right. Let's combine you. Call that. And screw. Just bring everything back. And we are done. So, well done in terms of the modeling side of things. Annoyingly, the only thing we haven't been able to do, give everything a once over, is just fillet this part. Right, let's just try something. Just gonna create pipe. Okay, then what happens? Oh, you just don't want to fill it, do you? I'm tempted to just sort of leave it. What if? Right. Last attempt, and then I'm gonna call it, I think. I'm just gonna proper hack and slash. Let them grab you. Split body. You. Right. You. Go away. Everything else recombine. Okay. Line. Let's grab you. Okay, you. I'll see Control V. Come into place. Take round. Like that. I'm making this up as I go along, by the way. If this doesn't work, it would be the biggest surprise in the world. Okay, that's kind of worked. Look at this. No. Need extra place? No. How does that look? There. Right, let's just undo that. We tried. Been defeated by a fillet. Okay, how's that looking? Okay, it's not that bad anyway. Right, let's bring everything back. So, excuse me, I've got everything named. So if you're going to just stop there in terms of modeling side of things, Great, I am going to jump over to Texture to have the texture in it. So I'm going to give this a quick save. And I'm going to go to File, Export. I'm going to do that as FBX, and I'm going to jump over to Texture It. Okay, just before I start texturing it, I actually, because it was bothering me greatly, sorted out the fillet on this end part. So what I ended up doing was I ended up dragging my timeline history all the way back to the original sketch of my thing, which was this one, I believe. Yeah, that sketch. And all I ended up doing in the end was just editing the sketch slightly to make it more fillet friendly, basically. So then if I come to, and I think the fillets over here, so if I come back over here, you'll see now it's done it no problem. So then I can go all the way back to the end again, right click and roll history marker to here, so that everything is back. So that now I've got the fillets and everything for all those edges. So yeah, the whole reason why I just did that was it took me about 5 minutes in the end. Once I stopped recording and I started thinking about it, is I just went back and edited the sketch, and it just was quite easy. So you might not have had that problem with your sketch. You might have, but all I did was I went back and sort of like played around with it until I got one where the fillet actually worked. All right. So now I'm going to jump over and start texturing. Okay, so we're back over to texture. I'm going to go to Paint UV Mapped Mesh. I'm going to click on the file, and then I'm going to go to my download, got my Corkscrew, OK, and click OK. Now, a few settings need to make sure we're particularly doing it with Fusion. So UV map typing, because Fusion doesn't create UV maps, we need to go to auto mapping. So if you haven't got that, so keep up UVs if you've done it in like Blender or Mine, you've done your unwrapping yourself. We haven't got that, so auto mapping, and then Z up coordinate system. Everything else, keep it as it is. Click OK. Okay, so we've got everything in. If you're not sure controls wise, if I click in my middle mouse button around like a pan, if I hold down Alt and left mouse button, I can rotate around, and Alt and right mouse button click, drag in and out to zoom around. So first thing we need to do is go to textures and calculate occlusion, leave everything as it is and click OK. So occlusion will basically be the shadows and how that interacts and affects your material. So you can see it looks a bit different already. So if I take that and turn that off and on, you see that there's like shadows affecting it. And then if I go to texture and calculate curvature, and then keep those settings as it is and click on OK as well. There we go. So I'm going to give this a quick save just so it is saved. Let's call that Corkscrew video. Okay. So if you've not used texture before, it's actually really, really powerful and really easy to apply materials to it. I've got a couple of videos showing you how to import your model and how to apply more detailed materials. We don't do anything super, super complex. So we're going to come to metals, and I'm going to take something like, say, let's take like this steel here. And I've got this material profile preview. I can drag it over like that. Now I don't want it to be that color, so what I can do is double click. Let's say take this one. Color wise, I'm going to change that to like a dark blue sort of look like that. Now at the minute, it's got loads and loads of scratches on it. Sometimes you want that, sometimes you don't. Now I'm actually going to change the scratches. So on this one, if I were to click on that, you can choose what sort of like imperfection you want. Now I've got a fingerprint one here, like imperfection. So if I click on that, and then do the same here, grab that. Rather than having a scratches, it now looks like it's got like fingerprints and smudges on it, which is what I want. In fact, I'm just going to undo, because I think let's cancel out that, double click. We'll leave those scratches, but let's just do that with our fingerprints there. So then we've got two layers. So we've got some scratches on there, and then we've got some fingerprints on there as well. I'm going to change that color again. Let's go to that blue and go to a bit of a darker sort of blue like that. Maybe we want like a red, perhaps, something like that. Now I'm going to click to fill, and then click on that. So then click on cancel. So I've now got metal with some fingerprints and smudges on there. I'm going to add a new layer. Let's grab. Oh, turns out I haven't got curvature yet. Let's click on OK. Thought I'd already done that. There we go. Okay. So let's grab something like that and see how it looks. Maybe we can take that edit out. Let's have a little look. Let's edge scatter. Let's bring that down a bit. It's a bit too rough. Let's have a look what else. Got the one we already looked at now. So that looks right nice. Let's have a look. Okay, so we've got new layer, fill. That's good. And in fact, we'll do that. And very quickly, we've added in our materials. See how we're looking in render. Okay, so only other thing I might do is let's add another layer. Let's have a look at, maybe we want some scratches on there. But maybe I don't want them to be like super obvious. Let's bring that down a little bit. Something a bit more subtle. Something like that maybe. Again, that's going to fill. Let's click on that. We'll do the same on those. Let's have a look. Okay, so I think what we'll probably do is call that done. Let's give that a quick render. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed following along. Got any questions, please leave a comment down below or email me at design with Simon@outlook.com.